it's Dr. Joanna Ray here with you for another Financial Friday. To get talking about today's topic, I wanted to discuss a move that I recently made with my portfolio, and that was to shift some emergency fund money into a money market account. There's a couple things to talk about. What is an emergency fund? I'm going to go ahead and link to a video up above which describes it in depth, but I did talk about it a little bit in last week's Financial Friday, so do check that out. Basically, it's a fund where we keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in an account that is very accessible, very liquid. You don't want to put it into something where it's locked up like a CD or something where it can lose in value like the stock market. You want to put it into something relatively safe and relatively accessible. Right now, a high yield savings account would be such a great place to put your money from your emergency fund and to have it kind of have that interest. Right now, interest rates are about 5%, and that is something that will help you to combat inflation, which has been really high in recent years. You don't want to leave it in your savings account where it's earning little to no interest and you're losing money to inflation over time. So inflation, just to mention for those of you who don't know, is the rising costs of goods and services. Typically, it's something like 2 to 3%, but like I said, in recent years, it's been 5% or even as high as 8 or 9%. And in places like Turkey, it's been in the hundreds of percents. It is something that really does affect your purchasing power. So if you go out and buy a bottle of milk, it's going to cost a certain amount today, but 5 years from now or 10 years from now, that same bottle of milk is going to cost more because of the effect of inflation. So it basically reduces your purchasing power or what you can buy with the same amount of money. And it's an inevitability. It's not something that we can get rid of. So what the Fed tries to do is try to keep that inflation to a reasonable amount, which is about 2 to 3%. So do anticipate that in your calculations when you do anything like retirement calculations or living expenses calculations. Something in 10, 20 years is going to cost significantly more. So anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to say, I recently shifted some of the money that was in a bond, and I shifted it to the money market account, which is currently having a return of about 2.24%. I am invested with Vanguard, and the money market account is the Vanguard Federal Money Market Account. So it's basically my settlement fund, which is the place where my money goes when I transfer money to my Vanguard brokerage account. And before I invest my money in a particular equity, like a fund or an ETF, it actually just hangs out in this settlement fund, and that is the money market account. It's extremely liquid. I can withdraw from this account at any time, and maybe in a day or two, I do have my funds. It's some place where if I need the money, I can access it, again, relatively quickly, but I might not want to put my entire emergency fund in a high yield savings account or a money market account. If I needed that money like in a day or in an hour, I would want to have some portion of my emergency fund in savings or checking, which I can access immediately. So that is my strategy now, and I'm going to shift some more money into this money market account. Again, a similar strategy to a high yield savings account, but just diversifying a little bit. And if I do want to put that money into the market, it's already there in my settlement account, which makes it so easy. So if you do like this content, please click like and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and it helps me to see what you are interested in watching, and I can make more content like that. Thank you so much for watching.